Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. In this video, we're diving into some interesting news from Rocket Pharmaceuticals, a company working on gene therapies. If you're hoping for a smooth stock report, prepare for a bumpy ride because this report has a few interesting details we need to unpack. This report is Form 8K, which is used to announce major events that could affect the company and the stockholders. In this case, it's about the results of their recent annual meeting. So, who got elected to the board, and what do the shareholders have to say about executive pay? And more importantly, what are the implications of all this? Let's decode. Don't forget to check out the Discord channel in the description below. Rocket Pharmaceuticals, Inc., based in Cranbury, New Jersey, held its annual meeting of stockholders on June 18th, 2025. At the meeting, stockholders voted on some key proposals. This is the story that this report tells. A total of 91,366,466 and 1461 shares were represented, which is about 85.56% of the shares eligible to vote. This high turnout is a sign that shareholders are paying close attention to what's going on with the company. This shows that stockholders care about their investment and are active about the companies that they invested in. First up was the election of directors to the board. Stockholders voted on 10 nominees, and here's how the votes broke down. Let's scroll down to the numbers so we can take a look. Roderick Wong got 78,100 votes for, with 949,948 votes withheld. Elizabeth Budget got 76,973, but 76,876,532,537 withheld. Custom Base received 7,824,203 for 5,283 votes withheld. Elizabeth Budget got 78,77 withheld. Custom Base received 78,224,283 votes withheld. Elizabeth Budget got 76,900 votes for and 253 votes for with 9 and 144,283 votes for with 9 and so on, all 144,283 votes for with 9 and so on, 52,533 votes for with 9 and 14,562. Pay close attention to David P. Southwell because compared to the other nominees, he had a significant number of votes withheld at 23,786,280. While he was still elected, this could signal some disapproval from shareholders. It might be worth digging deeper to understand why so many votes were withheld. It may be worth digging deeper to understand why so many votes were withheld. It may be related to other events in the company and stockholders voting with their feet. Next on the agenda was the ratification, which means the approval of EisnerAmper L as the company's independent registered accounting firm for the year ending December 31, 2025. Let's see how that went. The votes for were overwhelmingly in favor, 96,301 votes for, 141 votes for, 141,826 against, and 524 abstentions. This is pretty standard. Shareholders usually approve the appointment of the accounting firm. You rarely see this fail unless there's been some kind of major scandal or disagreement. Finally, we have a non-binding advisory vote on executive compensation. This is where shareholders get to voice their opinion on how the company is paying its top executives. It's non-binding, meaning the board doesn't have to act on it, but it's still an important signal. Now, let's see the votes. There were 77,186 Q1221 votes for, 1,437,605 votes against, and 515,2015 abstentions. Again, the executive pay was approved, but here's where it gets interesting. Compared to the other proposals, there were significantly more votes against this one. All for a fall. Here's advisory. The board has to heed the stockholders' wishes. It looks like a chunk of shareholders are not happy with how much the executives are making. It is worthwhile checking what the compensation of the executives is for the next few years and comparing it to that of companies of similar size and market cap with similar success rates. While the proposal passed, the board of directors should probably take note of that and consider making some changes to their compensation packages to avoid bigger issues rising out in the future. So what does all of this mean for Rocket Pharmaceuticals? First, it looks like the shareholders are being mindful. The high turnout and the votes against director, along with the votes against executive compensation, show that stockholders are not blindly voting for whatever the board recommends. Second, while the main proposals passed, there are some warning flags. Camlias, the vote against certain director. After the higher votes against executive compensation, these issues should be something the board addresses if they want to make sure that the stockholders trust them. In conclusion, Rocket Pharmaceuticals seems to be in a stable position, but it's worth keeping an eye on those shareholder votes. they could signal some future turbulence. Alright, that's our breakdown of Rocket Pharmaceuticals' latest filing. What are your thoughts on these numbers and what they could mean for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button would really help, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching, and see you next time on Corporate Decoder.